so. Well, you just changed the light colour.
Oh, that's clever. I've managed to change the colours on the lights.
Hang on.
Never mind.
It does.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my channel.
Hang on, your phone just pipped.
I know, I heard it. Welcome if you're new. I'm currently not able to make as many videos as I would like because I am at the moment still a lot slower with my knitting and crochet. I have to stop a lot more often. At the moment I've got 2 baby blankets that I'm trying to get done. This is one of them. So this is for a little girl that will be born in January. So it's nice and closely crocheted, and I'm actually getting on quite well with the crochet because that's been the most difficult bit for me. But this is actually coming on quite nicely, and because it's going to be a winter baby, it's being done a little bit closer so that it'll be a bit warmer. So that's that one. And the second one I'm doing, is this one. I've actually done too many stitches on this.
Hold it up to the light, please.
I miscounted. Hang on. Is this one. So it's the same. It's almost the same pattern, but this is more of blocks than this one, which what I've done on this one is crocheted into the hole underneath, whereas this one I'm crocheting into the stitch rather than the hole. So I'm crocheting in there rather than there to make a slightly different pattern. So this is for a little boy that will be born in February. So hopefully I'll be knitting and crocheting a lot quicker by then. If not, I'll want to know why not. But there we go. So I'm doing that. My gilet has been put on one side for a while. I will pick that up again when the baby blankets are done, but these take priority. And I've got a request. If anybody has a 1940s wartime cardigan pattern, if you have a look in perhaps your mum's old or your grandma's even patterns that have been passed on to you, I would dearly love a pattern for a cardigan for Land Army girls, because I've got 3 ladies who are a singing group who would like some. I haven't got one in mine, surprisingly, but if anybody has, please can you let me know or send me a picture through the Knits For You page, and then if you're able to perhaps oh, excuse me.
Tell him you're not here.
Let's turn that off. How rude, phoning me when I'm on the video.
How rude for not switching your phone on to silent.
I know.
In the first place.
Yes, I know. I forgot. Well, I thought you were going to use. I thought you were going to use this one, so I didn't.
Studio rules put it on. And all that.
Oh, dear me.
That's right. We can edit that bit out.
No, leave it in. It's funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm laughing. Ha 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 ha.
It's not that funny.
Oh.
Right. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, if you can send me either a picture or a copy of the pattern to my Knits For You page on Facebook, that would be brilliant. Thank you very much. I've got to do 3 of them. Not till after Christmas though. 3 of them for a singing group. So that's nice.
What sort of singing group?
A singing group that does lots of 40s songs and wartime songs and wears 40s and 50s clothes.
Which singing group is that?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Da, 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 da.
Is it the Land Girls?
Hey?
They called the Land Girls? I can't remember. I don't know. This is something that when I was down at St John's Church, our friend Jules collared me and said, oh, you can help out here. They need this and they need 3 cardigans in green. So I started chatting. I said, well, yeah, I can do them, but you will have to wait till after Christmas because I've got, you know, a few things on order at the moment. And I didn't actually get the name of the group, just that they were a singing group and they wanted Land Army cardigans. But I think it's going to be like an ordinary cardigan in khaki or some sort of green. Depends what colours I like when I get to the shop, because I'll have to go and buy those because I can't have any wool in it, which precludes all the wartime type wool yarns because they were all wool. So I've got to get acrylic only, which means it's going to have to be double knit. So hey ho, we will sort that out. But if you can help with that, that would be lovely. I've also got a video for you to watch, another one from St John's Church when we went down last week. And this one is the chap that was the quality surveyor. I can't remember his proper title because I was given about 3 different titles while I was there. Anyway, his name was Chris. We haven't done that one yet, have we?
No.
Okay, so so you can have a look at that one. And then I will see you again soon and have another chat and tell you how I'm getting on. This one hopefully will be practically finished by then and you'll be able to see it. It will be edged in white before it's finished. I'm using up the 2 pinks. Okay, so sit back and enjoy the next bit of video and I will see you all soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Phil.
Bye.
And now I am with Ian, who is the architectural surveyor.
Structural engineer.
Oh, structural engineer. Oh, well, I was given a different name, so there you go. Ian, tell me how you've got involved with this church.
Okay, so I first got involved with St John's Bromsgrove in about 2004, 2005. So they had a landmark appeal then, and they were doing repairs on the tower and the spire. So the main focus was the tower, and that involved a lot of new stonework, cutting out old stonework and pointing and then repointing. And we did some repointing and new stonework on the spire as well at that time.
Yeah.
So that was the last big project that occurred here. And then fast forward another 15 years and Joe got in touch with me and we had problems with the nave beam up there.
Wow.
So one of those needed repairing. And then
So did you have to have scaffolding all up in here?
no, we didn't. No, we had a cherry picker to go at high level to start with, to do inspections, and work out the repair mechanism.
Okay.
But yes, we did for a very short period of time. They had a scaffold tower so they could actually fit the steelwork in place.
Wow.
A little bit before then, Joe got in touch with me because they were having issues with sort of maintaining the spire and the tower, and you know, there are also other areas around the building that need replenishing.
It's an old building.
It's an old building.
Very old building. Yeah. So this
I've been involved
project,
since 2004.
from 2004, 5. Yeah. That's a long time. You've got a good history with the church there.
Yeah.
No wonder they keep calling to you. So this time round, the spire needs what doing to it?
Okay, so there's a lot of sort of things that melt together with the spire. The spire is obviously stone. Now most of that is hollow,
Yeah.
but the very top is solid.
Is that normal?
That's quite normal. So
Yeah.
the top 2.5 meters is solid. Now, if you look up from the outside, you'll see at the top there's a weather vane. There's a nice golden gilded cockerel. Now that's attached to an iron rod, and that iron rod goes down through the solid section of the spire and then onto a counterweight system that hangs down below within the spire.
Right.
So that iron rod is rusting at the moment, and the rusting of that rod and its expansion has cracked the solid stonework that goes around it.
Oh my goodness.
So
yes.
At the moment, that was first picked up in about 2017, 2018, and so they did a temporary repair, and they've got some stainless steel bands around the top of the spire where it's cracked to hold it together and prevent anything from dropping out.
So let me get this right. So most tyres are solid at the top. So why aren't they solid all the way down?
Well, if you think of how big the tower is, it's about six meters. It's square.
Right.
So if that was all solid stonework, that would be very heavy, and it would be very expensive.
Yes.
So
Right.
the stone is about 8 inches, 7 or 8 inches thick up the spire for most of its height, and it's 88 feet high above the tower. So the tower
The actual spire is 88 feet.
Yeah, the tower is about 90 feet, and the spire is about 88 feet on top of it.
And we're on top of a hill.
And we're on top of a hill. It's the tallest spire in Worcestershire.
Yeah.
So most of that is, 7 or 8 inches thick. The stonework around the spire, but the very top solid.
So being on top of a hill, on top of the tower and the spire, how does that affect, or what effect, and the fact that it's very high up, how is that affected then by wind and rain and whatever?
Yeah, I mean, being in a prominent location, it doesn't have the usual sort of benefits of being sheltered by other buildings. It is tall anyway, but the fact that the topography here is that it's on a hill means that it's very, very exposed.
Yeah.
The south and west faces of this church, do take the brunt when it comes to the weather, and that's both wind-driven rain and sun. They both have their effects at different times in the year. I mean, we're sort of coming to the end of the year now, and the biggest danger for friable stonework is the frosts.
Yes.
Because the moisture gets in any little areas that are cracked and fractured, and then obviously freezes, expands, and causes those fractures to get bigger.
I think we always tend to think of frost as being on the ground, don't we?
Yeah.
But will frost go all the way up a building?
They do. I mean, the spire, obviously the temperatures are cold the further you go up, so that has an impact on sort of the spire stonework and any cracking in that. But you spoke about the winds. Obviously, the winds are high there for the area. Locally, they're high because of the topography of the building, and so that's all going to have an impact on the stability of the stonework and making sure everything's okay and safe and all good for the bell ringers to carry on ringing their bells.
So what have you got to do now to make the spire safe?
So we're in the process of tendering the projects at the moment. As a faculty's been agreed with the Diocesan Advisory Committee that are part of the Church of England. So they make sure all the works to church buildings, particularly important church buildings like St John's, Grade 1 listed, is carried out properly with the proper materials and also in the proper manner.
Yeah.
So that specification's been drawn up. A number of contractors have tendered for it, and the Friends of St John's, who are the client, are sort of discussing with the architect and the design team as to which of those contractors is best positioned to carry out the work.
Yeah.
And they will then be instructed, and it will then it'll now roll on to sort of early next year,
Yeah.
once the weather conditions are more favourable, doing stonework repairs, for that work to be carried out, and that will involve completely cladding the tower and the spire with scaffold. So that will be an even taller structure temporarily, to give those people access to carry out the repairs.
So that will go from the roof of the church up.
Well, it'll go from the ground all the way up.
From the ground up. Okay.
Yeah, there are elements of the tower, louvers on some of the tower windows that also need some repairs done. So
everything's going to be done while the scaffolding's up.
The opportunity to have the scaffolding there will be taken advantage of, and make sure that there isn't a need in the next for another generation. It's been one generation from 2004 to 24, and hopefully we can stave off another expenditure. I mean, the scaffolding is obviously very expensive, and that's a major factor in these.
So how long will the scaffolding need to be up for?
So we're talking probably about 25-30 weeks. I can't remember the exact figure, but it's a few months.
Yeah.
It's a few months. Yeah.
And in that time, you'll hope to get all of that work completed.
Yeah.
And will you be on site?
We'll take the top off the spire and rebuild it. Yes.
Take the top off.
I'll be culling in, as and when needed. Make sure the contractor's happy with how the works are progressing and everything is done properly. Yeah.
Wow, Ian, that's a hell of a job you've got coming up, isn't it? It's going to keep you busy.
It's lots of fun.
Thank you so much for coming and talking to us today and telling us about that. And I didn't realise how tall that spire was. Looking at it from down here, it doesn't look as though it would be that tall.
Yeah.
But it's taller than the actual tower, isn't it?
It's the same height as the spire's the same height as the tower.
Right.
It's just on top of the tower.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right. So there we have it. Look out for that. Follow us. All the details will go on underneath to tell you how to follow the work being done next year. You'll be able to go onto the website. They've got their own website, haven't they? And you'll be able to go on there and follow it along and watch the spire being repaired. Not that you'll be able to see much through the scaffolding.
No.
Thank you so much. That's
You're welcome.
lovely.
Thank you.